Our power of understanding helps us to make sense out of all the other powers with which we are endowed and out of which we are forming our life. The medieval Catholic mystic Meister Eckhart wrote, "The seed of God is in us all. Given a hard-working farmer, it will thrive and grow up to God whose seed it is, and accordingly its fruits will be God nature. Pear seeds grow into pear trees, nut seeds into nut trees," and Meister Eckhart said, "and God seeds into God." Knowledge of potential maturity then exists within a seed. Inherent within the seed is the template or instructions that know what the tree is meant to be and how it can get to be that fulfillment. So likewise, knowledge of potential maturity exists within a human being. Just as a seed for a plant or a tree somehow knows what it will someday become, so also do human beings have within us a pattern, a basic knowledge of what and how we are intended to express via our 12 powers. As we grow and mature, we are like a tree that has 12 major branches, one for each of the powers, including faith, love, strength, wisdom, understanding, and all the rest. When all of these branches or powers are well developed, strong in balance with all the other branches or powers, then we are healthy and well balanced. We are expressing our wholeness. If people are basically good, then, if we have the seed of God within us, as Meister Eckhart said, that grows and expresses by way of the 12 powers, then how can we understand why people do such terrible things? We often look around and wonder, how can this happen? How can people do the violent acts that they do? How can a Jewish teenager, Anne Frank, caught in the midst of the Holocaust in World War II, living in a hidden attic in Holland, write in her diary, "I still believe that people are really good at heart"? Maybe what has been called sinful nature is actually the result of cutting off growth in much the same way that a tree is badly pruned. A healthy, balanced, mature tree might look like this. But if too many branches are cut off of one side, however, then there may be so much growth on the other side that the tree ends up being out of balance. The life forces flow into the other branches and the tree is strained and has bad problems. So growth is frustrated and directed mainly into certain branches. The life force in the tree that is flopped over and strained still has the same growth-seeking potential. The inherent pattern in the seed is the same. The life energy is the same. But we see the organic pattern being misdirected. For example, without the counterbalance and right use of love and wisdom and life, which have been cut off of the tree of life, the powers of strength, imagination, and will may become excessively developed and take over. In this case, we may get a person who is cruel, dictatorial, domineering, or abusive. In another instance, if a person is loving, imaginative, and enthusiastic, but lacks wisdom, strength, and power, this person may not be able to stand up for himself or herself. He or she may get used or abused, dumped on, scammed, or drained. And this individual may be a pushover or be taken advantage of by users. So ideally, our divinity or fulfillment is the balanced coordination and expression of all our spiritual powers from the God seed within us. Now we understand.